Alright, today I'm going to try to do a complete video of the composting toilet. I will try to edit it and splice these sections together, and if that don't work, I'll just do a whole video. Before I get into the actual box and break it down, let me go over the wiring and how I set it up. I have a 19-volt Craftsman drill that was no longer being used because it was replaced with some newer tools. I have a momentary, normally open switch and a 12-volt battery and a low voltage fan that I removed from a old household computer. The fan runs continuously from the positive and the negative. The motor that drives the compost bucket runs only when you push the temporarily normally open switch and drives the gear and turns the compost. In order to turn the main gear, I made my drive gear with a little slot in it, and I pounded a paddle bit, a 1-inch wide paddle bit, through the center, keeping it perpendicular. And I used the paddle bit because of the fluted sides on the shaft. That way I don't have to worry about the bit coming loose inside of the drill chuck while the toilet's in use. To secure the drill to the side of the box, I used some of the Great Stuff foam, some saran wrap, and a couple of eye bolts and some wires to hold it in place. And once I foamed it, I removed it and removed the saran wrap, and then remounted the drill into that molded piece of Great Stuff foam. So this is the 19.2 volt Craftsman drill that I mounted in the Great Stuff foam. I used spade connectors and pushed them into the slots where the battery would normally plug in, and secured the wiring around the box. You can see over here in the corner the little computer fan, and I'll show you here on the outside that we do have positive circulation all the time. And this is the underside of the momentary on-off switch right here. So let me go ahead and set this up, and I'll show you the other main working components of the toilet. Here's the bucket, and there's that big drive gear that everybody asked about in the very beginning. It took a while to get this adjusted and going. If you're going to do this, I would recommend looking at several videos on YouTube on gear making, and try to get that figured out before you get started, because that was the biggest headache of the whole problem. So I will set the bucket into the box. This is my paddle stirring mechanism. It's a drywall mud mixing paddle. I mounted it on a piece of 1 by 1/8 angle steel that I bought at Home Depot, and I notched out the box to fit the arms, and it just sits in here kind of like this. Okay, just like that. Alright, and so load it up, all we do is pour the compost in the bucket. And I'll pause this right now and go grab a couple bananas. Okay, so I'm going to close it up and put the tube into the pea jug, and I'll give you the overall measurements. So the overall measurements, the seat height with the seat down is 19 inches high. It's 22.5 inches overall from the front, but it has a little 1.5 inch overhang on the bottom, making it a total of 24 inches deep overall, and it's 19.5 inches wide. So we'll run it one time without the bananas so you can see how it operates. And now we'll do the banana test. In all fairness, I think that's pretty close to what you're going to get when you go number 2. And there you have it, the composting toilet, homemade, all done, ready to go. Its final resting place on the shanty. This is Pickle Me 101. Thanks for watching. If you liked the video, please like and subscribe. Thanks.